I said, hey, Andrew, what are these?
Protection, we take it seriously. We're going to concrete, right, Ram? Just done eating some snacks. Were you eating snacks?
Are those prescription?
These are not prescription, dude. Chase got me these for Christmas because he's concerned about my ocular safety. Honestly, Chase is worried about his safety, and we were worried about Mike's safety, so we got Mike some glasses, and then I couldn't get left out, you know? I feel like I don't know. I feel like a serial killer with these on.
Yeah, a guy from the 60s or 70s.
Yeah, with a bunch of hidden bodies in the woods. What's that guy's name? The Unabomber?
The Unabomber?
Aren't these Unabomber glasses?
I thought he was more like, what's that guy? The guy that would go to bars and pick up gay dudes. What's his name?
What?
Ted Bundy, Al Bundy. What was his name?
That's who I'm thinking about. Was that guy dude picking up guys?
Yeah,
I gotta look into this story wearing these glasses around like this.
I think I'm getting the name wrong, but the guy that wore those glasses did that stuff.
Al Bundy?
Was it Al Bundy?
I think Al Bundy's a football player.
Al Bundy is.
I think Ted Bundy's a serial killer.
That's true. The last name Bundy's got a bad rap.
Bundy. Got a lot of trucks running right now. Got a lot of diesel fuel burning. My truck's running too. I shouldn't say anything. We got a concrete truck out there waiting for this concrete truck. Concrete truck just left. We've got a pump truck. We've got the guys from Crunch coming out here getting the concrete poured, even though it snowed today. We started this project as not a great time of year. We started it in the fall, like right around Christmas time, knowing that we were gonna have to do the foundation and stuff in the middle of the winter, and then we got hit with like the most snowy winter in like 18 years in Pennsylvania. So that was bad luck, because like the last couple of winters we've poured concrete straight through January, almost no issues. And so here we are, we're about 3 or 4 weeks behind on this project because of the weather, and today we're finally pouring the walls, the concrete walls. The footers are in, the walls are formed, concrete's getting poured obviously right behind me, and this is an addition. This is the next installment of construction here at the farm. We've got the garage behind you, the cottage with which we worked on last year and the year before, and then finally we're now onto the main house, and then the patios and all the overhangs and stuff all connect together. So this is just the beginning of this project. We're expanding the footprint of the house, not quite double, but when you're looking at the drone footage, you can kind of see with the foundation, the addition is quite sizable. We're almost putting an entire house next to another house. So what's going in this addition is the master suite, owner's suite, whatever you call it. We've got the downstairs kitchen that'll connect to a Four Seasons or a sunroom off the back with really big grand windows. We're keeping the existing living room, family room, that's the shed roof off the back, and then that will open up to like a really expansive porch, which we haven't been able to excavate or form yet because we have big piles of dirt and big piles of snow and everything's going on. Honestly, I'm just super grateful that the concrete's going in today. We were supposed to be framing right now, and there's a lot of pressure on getting this project like done at a certain point this summer because there's a wedding getting hosted at this property, and it's up to me to get it done in time. So not in a great spot right now. I'll be the first one to admit it. We're cutting it really close. I have pulled off worse timelines in the past. Like, I'm not saying we're in the impossible territory, but we're definitely in that territory where we really got to pay attention and plan and like really hope that nobody changes their mind. But this is gonna match the cottage with the exterior finishes. Like I said, we're just kicking it off here. We've been working on this house for about 2 months now, probably a month's worth of work with the holidays and just the weather. Concrete is mixed with water. There's water in the mixture. That's the main reason, other than just safety and navigating the site. It's really difficult to pour concrete because it needs to cure and dry at a certain speed. And if it's below freezing outside, the concrete won't cure properly, and then you just ruined all of the hard work you did. We can't push too hard. We definitely want to get the project going and keep it on schedule, but we also don't want to do a bad job. So what we're looking at right here is the mudroom entrance, and we have all the exterior walls poured and the one brace wall for the existing house. So the biggest concern when excavating this hole was the existing stone foundation. As you can see, it's old. This is premier craftsmanship back in the day. Like, this type of work is beautiful, but it is different than just pouring a continuous concrete wall. Like, there are risks with that blowing out. So the entire time we dug this, we had to, you know, sure up and make sure we didn't get any blowouts and the whole house caving in, which would have been terrible. So we addressed all of that. We have the patio over here, and the foundation honestly was a bit of a nightmare to dig. Not so much to dig, we were really concerned with rocks and things like that, but everything worked out really well. What became a problem was managing the snow and then the water under the foundation. So you can't really tell, but like where we are in terms of like all of the land around us, we're at like the bottom of it, and there's a creek bed down here, and then the land's pretty, you know, sloped towards the creek bed over there. So we're at like the kind of the lowest part of like acres and acres of land. So when we dug this massive hole in the ground, we basically created a swimming pool, and then we also dug a little bit deeper of a hole for our sump pit in the one corner, and then we put a pit underneath our elevator shaft. And we've been pumping water out from underneath this foundation the entire time it's been sub-zero temperatures. So we basically have just been wrapping all the pipes in heat wrap. We have temporary water, sewer, and electric coming from different utility points on the property that are all underground and like froze at different points in time. So like, we've been dealing with everything here. We've had water pipes freeze. We have the septic, piece of the septic pipe that's sticking out of the ground is wrapped in heat wire so that doesn't freeze. Everything's been stable for a couple of weeks now, knock on wood. But in the beginning there, when it was like a couple of weeks ago, I mean, Gilmore will remember, it was like negative temperatures like every day. And instead of getting work done, we were literally just making sure nothing happened or got damaged, and like made sure that the existing house, all the heat in there stayed on, because it's important to keep the systems going. Even though we're not living in the house, or, you know, nobody's living in there per se, you still want to keep the heat on if you can, just because if you shut all those systems off, you're going to have water pipes freezing. The house is used to having a certain amount of heat on inside, so you want to keep things climatized just for the stability of the home. We're hoping to start framing in about 2 weeks, first week of March. So we got about 2 weeks to wrap everything up. The one thing we won't be able to unfortunately do, just due to the temperature, is waterproof the foundation. So we're not gonna be able to backfill right away. So it's gonna be a little bit dangerous framing here in the beginning, because the hole around the perimeter is still gonna be opened up. So trying to get everything done on time, keep the pace, but not give up on quality, because, you know, if you know anything about us, like we'll sacrifice everything else to maintain the quality. It's actually kind of crazy. A lot of people don't know that this piece of machinery even exists, but we are basically taking concrete from the mixing truck, putting it into this pump trailer, and they are pumping concrete through a 4-inch diameter pipe hose that's all linked together, and then they're pumping it into the foundation instead of using the tray or like the chute on the mixer truck. It's just easier to get the concrete further away. It's a little bit cleaner. You got to use a pump truck to get the concrete over to where you're going. But that's one of those pieces of equipment that, like, if you know how miserable concrete is and how just it's terrible if you get it on your skin, if it hardens, it's terrible to clean whatever you're trying to clean. So imagine just shoving a bunch of concrete down a hose through a piece of like machinery. I don't know how that machine stays in business, honestly. Like, every time I talk to these guys, I'm like, how long does a hose last? And they're like, they'll last a long time if you take care of them. But I never get a real answer. They'll be like, it's $500 a hose, and as long as you don't kink them, they'll last. Where you get a blowout, it'll blow 100 feet into the air. Ask if you ever meet a pump truck guy, just be like, hey, you ever get a blowout? And they'll be like, yeah, it got all over the house, all over the cars. It was the worst thing ever. Wasn't my fault though. But he's basically controlling the pump truck. He's got like a remote controller in his hands that's wireless. It goes right to the trailer, and he makes it start and stop, push hard, push heavy, push hard, push heavy. But there's a lot of pressure in that thing. A couple minutes ago, they got like a piece of concrete stuck inside the hose, and everybody freaked out. It was like a 1920s oil rig. Like, everybody was like, it's gonna blow! He's like, I'm gonna lower the pressure. I'm like, where do I stand? But this is building in the wintertime with Revival Building Group. These guys are waiting on us. Last 2 trucks.